Two philosophers dominate what we call virtue ethics. Aristotle in the ancient world and Alasdair MacIntyre, who revived interest in Aristotle's ideas in the 20th century. In this video, we will concentrate on Aristotle. Unlike other ethical theories that focus on what we should do in particular situations, virtue ethics is more concerned with what kind of person we should be. Virtue ethics asks, how do I live a good life? What does it mean to have a good character? Aristotle begins his famous work, the Nicomachean Ethics, with the claim that every action aims at some good. Whatever we do, studying, working, exercising, helping others, we do it for the sake of something we think is good. We might be mistaken, but that is our starting point. No one, Aristotle believes, actively sets out to make their own life worse. But all of these smaller goals, Aristotle says, point towards one ultimate goal that gives meaning to everything else. He calls this goal eudaimonia, a Greek word often translated as happiness, but better understood as flourishing or living well. For Aristotle, eudaimonia is not a passing feeling of pleasure. It's not the happiness you get from a nice meal or a birthday present. It is a state of being, a life that is full, meaningful, and guided by reason and virtue. You could say that someone who is flourishing is thriving in every important part of life, in friendships, in love, in work, and in moral character. It's about how you live, not just how you feel. A single good deed is not enough to make someone flourish. As Aristotle put it, one swallow does not make a summer. Eudaimonia is something achieved over a whole lifetime through consistent habits of good action and sound judgment. So, how do we reach this flourishing life? Aristotle's answer is through virtue and good character. The Greek word for virtue and excellence is arete. To have arete is to excel as a human being, to live up to the best version of what a human life can be. Virtues are the qualities of character that allow us to live well. Qualities like courage, generosity, honesty, patience and compassion. For Aristotle, these are not things we are born with, they are developed through practice, just as one develops skill in music or sport. He uses a skill analogy. Becoming virtuous is like learning a craft. A carpenter learns by building, a musician by practicing scales. A person becomes courageous by acting courageously. Over time, these repeated actions form our dispositions, our habits of feeling and behaving. Virtue then is not just about what we do once in a while. It's about who we are becoming through what we repeatedly do. Aristotle believed that virtue lies in finding a balance, a mean between two extremes. He called this the doctrine of the mean, sometimes known as the golden mean. For example, courage is the mean between cowardice, too little confidence, and rashness, too much confidence. Generosity is the mean between stinginess and wastefulness. Truthfulness lies between boastfulness and false modesty. This balance isn't the same for everyone, however. A professional athlete needs a different diet from a beginner. Likewise, what counts as the mean for one person might differ for another. We each have to discover, through experience and reflection, what the right balance looks like for us. Importantly, Aristotle did not mean that we should always aim for mediocrity. The mean represents what is right, not what is average. Too much or too little of anything, emotion, desire or action, distorts our character. The mean perfects it. He also pointed out that some actions, like murder or jealousy, have no mean at all. They are wrong in themselves and can never be balanced. To find this balance, however, we need a special kind of intelligence called practical wisdom, or phronesis. Practical wisdom is the ability to judge what is right to do in the right way at the right time. It is different from theoretical knowledge. A person may know many moral rules, yet still act unwisely if they lack sound judgment. Practical wisdom links reason and emotion. It guides us to feel and act appropriately in real situations. Aristotle thought that we are capable of natural virtues, like generosity or courage, but without practical wisdom, these can go wrong. Good intentions alone are not enough. When practical wisdom and moral virtue work together, the result is true wisdom, the harmony of reason and emotion that leads to flourishing. Aristotle explained this harmony through his conception of the soul. He divided the soul into two parts, the rational and the irrational. The rational part deals with knowledge, reasoning, and judgment. The irrational part includes our desires, emotions, and our instincts. Moral virtue arises when the rational part governs the irrational, bringing our emotions and desires into balance. It is this inner harmony that allows us to act well and achieve eudaimonia.